on 95.3 FM in Windhoek, Desert Radio. The bold
Mountain Bike Championships. Now, Africa's top mountain bike riders will battle it out for continental honors at the African Mountain Bike Championships, which will take place at the IJG Trails at Farm Windhoek on Saturday. And to speak a little bit more about that, we're joined in studio by Vaino Kali, who is the Namibian Cycling Federation marketing head, and we will just be speaking on what that means for the nation, of course, who we will be expecting to see, and so much more just regarding that. Vaino, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, and you?
Awesome.
Good start to the morning?
No, always.
Yeah.
It's fresh.
Now, look, something big is happening this weekend. We have Africa's biggest competition coming to Windhoek. Just speak to us in terms of what we can expect, but also what that means for just cycling Namibia in general.
Okay, so basically what's happening this coming weekend is the Namibian Cycling Federation is proud to announce the Confederation's African Mountain Bike Championships. So this is a UCI event, which is one of the biggest MTB events that could ever happen on African soil, and is being hosted right here in Windhoek, Namibia, this coming weekend. So we've got different African nations that have come in to participate. We were expecting at least 10 nations to come in. Thus far, we've got 8 nations that have confirmed. Some already arrived, and they're already going throughout the track, and they're amazed by the setup of Namibia on its own.
Yeah. Which countries have already confirmed the participation?
So far, we've got Tunisia, Mauritius, South Africa, Kenya, Lesotho, Botswana, and Namibia, and Morocco.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we understand that, not only are top cycling countries, going to participate, but also top cyclists around the continent as well. Just speak to us in terms of who we can expect to see cycling and just generally what that means for us as well.
First and foremost, let me start with our local cyclists.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're acquainted with Alex Miller, the gentleman on the back page, who represented Namibia at the Olympics, so he's in quite good form.
Yeah, we're excited for that.
And then we've got Ellen Hartley from South Africa, who's going to be here as well, as, from the male side. Then we've got Mariska Strauss from Mauritius, as well as Candice Lill. So the lineup is going to be very interesting this coming weekend. You're going to see real action, real MTB. By real professionals.
I love to hear that. And you said we have already 8 countries that have, basically solidified their participation, right? Yes. That leaves 2 spots open. Well, essentially, the UCI expected 10 countries to take part. So just which other 2 countries might we potentially be looking at to participate? Is it too early to tell?
It's too early to tell, but today is actually the closing date in terms of applying to take part in the race. So we might see an unexpected nation just pop up. Yeah.
And we understand that, you cycle as well. Will we see you taking part in the competition this Saturday?
This Saturday, this competition is a bit too big for my portfolio in terms of the UCI regulations. But I'm going to be participating in a different cycling event. But I'm also going to be cycling this coming weekend, yes.
Okay, talk to us about that. What event are you going to be cycling in?
I'm going to be cycling in the Commerce Challenge, which is a 3-day cycling event. So we're starting on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
All right. And just holistically, just to move a bit away from the competition, as the NCF, talk to us a bit about the state of cycling generally in Namibia, particularly looking at 2022, somewhat post-COVID, while post-hard restrictions and all of that. What is the current state of cycling in the country? We've seen other sports, come back, revived, going back to normal. Well, what we know now as normal. But what would you say is the state of cycling in the country right now?
The state of cycling right now in the country is at its best that you could ever find it, due to the amount of development and interest that has taken place, as well as the sponsors that have come on board financially to contribute to the growth of the sport. We as NCF also now got our mother station in terms of our office, which is now based at the IGG Trails. So the development of the tracks as well as the IGG Trails in terms of the mountain biking tracks have world-class standard now.
Wow.
If you look at our road cycling in terms of the Tour de Windhoek that had taken place recently, that's also given a boost for Namibia to be recognized. And currently we are the second best cycling country in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
the ranking
fantastic.
that we are on right now.
That's fantastic.
So the growth of cycling has become tremendous, as well as from the juniors. We had a junior race, which also happened in schools.
Yeah.
So we've got a big sponsor that sponsors the schools race for the juniors. So anybody is more welcome to join a cycling club and take part in any cycling event that's.
I'm glad you said that, because over the past 3-4 years or so, the cycling competitions that I've been to, or events that I've been to, have also seen a number of excited young cyclists, right? Just talk to us a bit in terms of how open the space is for young cyclists to start taking part in these competitions, but also you said the growth of young cyclists is also one thing to look out for, but how I guess just holistically, how open is the space for more young cyclists, I guess also from other regions, just to join in and start cycling generally?
Well, like I said, there are clubs like you find Rock and Rut, number one, the mountain biking club. Then you find Windhoek Pedal Power. Then you find Powerhouse Cycling Club. And then you found Pay. Pay is more of the youth development side of cycling. They've got more of the younger generations of cyclists. So they also busy running a campaign where they're giving out bikes and so on to younger cyclists. As what you can see with the cycling lanes now being developed around the city, that's got to do with the whole development and foundation of cycling for the youth because if you look at the cycling lanes that have been set up are actually going to institutions which are educational institutions.
All right.
So it's more the foundation is first laid out for them, and once they grow older, they are acquainted with cycling lanes and so forth.
Yeah. And then lastly, Vaino, just before we leave you, what other events can we expect from the NCF either this year or just very soon?
Well, we've got a whole calendar that is spread up.
Okay.
So there's a major list of events that are upcoming. So what you can do is, if you really want to be interested into cycling, you can log on to raceday.com, or you can go onto the NCF social media pages or the website, and you would always find an update of the latest and upcoming events.
All right. And then any other information that you think would be, important to the listeners out there just regarding the African Championships taking place this weekend?
Well, all I want to say to the listeners is, if you have got nothing to do or you're really in a supporting mood, I would humbly invite you to come and watch this current event happening this weekend at the IJG Trails in Ochivero Street in Kleine Cooper. It's free of charge. So family is welcome. Anybody is welcome to come and support our locals as well as the other African nations.
Well, there you heard it from the marketing head of the Namibia Cycling Federation, speaking to us a bit about the African Championships, mountain bike African Championships taking place this weekend. And I will echo his sentiments. Whenever I do go to the trails, it's somewhat of a family feeling. It's a family occasion, right? So I think you will definitely enjoy yourself. Do make your way to the trails this weekend and see some of the best cyclists on the continent take part in this very, very big, exciting competition. Vaino, thank you so much for making time for us this morning.
Awesome, my guy.
All right.